We are analyzing deals today using AI, which I love. And he was just going over, we went to Azria last night and we got a bunch of contacts. So we get to follow up with these fabulous people. So super exciting stuff.
Super exciting stuff. Yes, yes, it is. My name's Tommy D. I'm the co-founder of the Deal Room by Landshark. Landshark Mastermind is the host of this program. The founders are myself, 30 years experience in real estate development and real estate investing. My partner, Roman Rubio, who's got over 25 years, 20 years, and I think I'm adding years to him because he looks a little old nowadays. Seen some gray on him the last time he was here. Roman's been doing um, uh, uh, sports management company for over 10 years, and within that, finding deals for athletes and entertainment professionals, that like to do real estate and compound the money they make using their bodies to entertain. So some of the great soccer players that Roman has worked with have gotten into some really cool deals. And so Roman's a very strong asset in that respect of being able to connect buyers to sellers. So my other founder is Dr. Ning Young Chan. He is just a guy that goes out and masters things and helps people all the time. He's just a real godsend in that way. He's got his doctorate degree from ASU in sustainable agricultural, and then he became a commercial realtor. He's a broker. He's a private money broker. He knows people with money. He's like the number one real estate associate for the Taiwanese semiconductor plant upper management. He's finding them restaurants. He's finding them shops to open up stores. He's finding them houses to live in, etc. So Dr. Ningyang Chan is an amazing guy over at MHG Commercial, doing amazing things. So sometimes he pops in the room. Sometimes you have to sit. You have to send him a message and book a call. So and today's show and everyday show is sponsored by the Titan Impact Group, Sentinels of the American Dream. CEO Catherine Bell is the head of that ship, and we like to make sure we pay her homage because she pays the bills. So, and one of the things that Catherine's able to do to pay the bills is she builds out these amazing AI campaigns for people in both personal and business world. You can go to catherinebell.ai and meet Catherine's virtual assistant and have lengthy conversations with her about all things real estate and AI and investing and life. Well, not too much life. She doesn't give me any dating advice, but she definitely provides a good set of skills, knowledge base. Catherine built this AI assistant to understand all five of her best international best-selling books. She's been able to instill in this AI assistant all 25 30 years of experience in real estate and business, putting in a lot of information to this to be able to provide you guys with information. But if you want to have something like this, Catherine is not stingy about building it out for you. So if you have a coaching business or an investing business, I'm an investor. I'm a real estate investor, and Catherine built out this amazing Deal Hunter by Landshark. Helped us build that out by teaching us how to put in the prompts and everything. She also built out for us what is called our Rosetta Stone, and our Rosetta Stone is basically the rules within. And Catherine, you want to go into what a Rosetta Stone is real quick?
So especially with what just happened, probably about a month ago, where GPT created the 5.0 version of GPT. Basically, it's like all the knowledge that it feels it ever is ever going to need. And now from that, um, what does that mean? It means that it's fabulous generic stuff. And who you are as a person, who your business is not generic and it's very curated and specific, and making sure that it's customized specifically to you. So, one of the most important things is your business snapshot, which is really important. And then with that, your ideal client avatar. And why that's so important is if you study, which I've studied the Fortune 500 companies, and they literally spend hundreds of millions of dollars understanding what's called your ideal client avatar. And that is the most important thing. So success leaves clues. And so if they're doing that, so if we do the same, if not similar things, we should get the same, if not similar results. And so by having your Rosetta Stone, which is your business snapshot, your ideal client avatar, and then from there building out your virtual advisory board and all the things, now you have a curated team. These are all team members that get built in that you actually can have these very powerful conversations so that all of your messaging, your marketing, everything is very specific to exactly who you want as your ideal client. And it's the right message, the right time in front of the right person, rather than like, marketing spraying and praying to all the things and praying that, somebody gets the message. It literally is the right message at the right time. How do I know that? When I released my three of my books last November with my clone, which Tommy is talking about, um, we raised $11 million in 3 weeks because the message was so specific to a specific investor that I was looking to reach. And that's exactly what we accomplished. And ultimately raised $50 million for that fund. Helps over 33,000 veterans and first responders. But again, because we were so specific in our set of our Rosetta Stone, that's how we were able to reach that goal so very quickly and precisely. So having a customized GPT and a customized team and agents and stuff really is the most critical thing that you can do rather than just having generic stuff. So that's, I think, the easiest way to explain it.
No, awesome. I appreciate that. It's exactly, how to get into it. Did you and again, like building into it, the voice personality, also the virtual board. I don't know if you touched on that, but that virtual board was a game changer for me because I was able to incorporate people that are into real estate investing and get a third person perspective that I couldn't get without having some sort of knowledge base, so when you're brainstorming and you're spitting balling ideas, it can really take away from the time of getting execution accomplished. Some people call it paralysis analysis, and your virtual board literally eliminates paralysis analysis through a very entertaining and exciting way. Like you've seen me utilize the virtual board you created for me, and you giggle because I have you always fighting with Donald Trump. You know, it's Donald that starts the fight, but you always come in with like a guard, like you're like the lady with the garden hose, like get off my lawn,
Oh my
and
gosh.
spraying Donald Trump down. It's fun to watch. It literally is. But I don't think people in it, intentionally suffer from paralysis analysis. I think it's something that sets in when you're literally your chemical makeup, biological chemical makeup and hormones put you in stall mode. It's called fawn. It's like you've heard of, fight or flight. And when you're in paralysis analysis, that's literally fawn mode. You have hormones in your body that are not producing the results you need. And
Right.
so to get out of that fawn mode, because that's instinctual. They call it fawn because of the baby deer. When a baby deer senses danger, it falls to the ground to blend in, you
Mm,
know. And that's what we do as individuals. It's like when we don't know what to do, we just fall to the ground to blend in. Your virtual board has created an opportunity for me not to do that. I have a voice conversation with it. I prompt it the way that you taught me to prompt it. And then it provides me with information that I didn't have before, which then releases me from that fear mode. And I know I'm no longer a fawn on the ground. I'm more like, big buck with antlers. And I'm like, let's go. So
that's
um, it's really an amazing tool that you've been able to provide us. Didn't come cheap though. Like 10 grand is not a drop in the bucket. And I thought, lady, I'm giving you 10 grand. You better do something good here. And what you did was something great. And so I can't complain about the fact that I invested an amount of money that was worth every penny and more. because of what it's been able to provide. So, like, I think you need to raise your price. That's the first thing. And then the second thing would be to, don't deal with anybody like me ever again so that I don't have to compete with people. Because if you build something like this for my competition, they're probably going to get better than me. So we can't have that. But I'm
So
just
then you
glad
can
you're our
just keep learning and getting better.
right. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm just glad you're our sponsor here at the Landshark Mastermind in the deal room. So the deal room is set up. Let's get into what the rules are on that. Um, and maybe, Catherine, do you know what the rules are? Because I need to try to set this camera up. Do you know what the rules are for pitching a deal?
No,
You don't want to you don't want to tell them the rules of pitching a deal?
I don't know what the rules are. I'm like trying to get this onto Facebook Live.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on TikTok live. So here we are struggling. Um, Basically what we're doing is with uh the deal room is where you're going to bring deals to us. We got wholesale deals coming in. We've got land deals coming in, people with property coming in saying, hey, how do I take this 10 acres that my uncle left me in his will and do something with it? How do I make money with this 10 acres that I got from my great uncle Willie? And so we've done some of those. I've got a guy in Gretna, Nebraska that called in and he's got a master plan development, 30 acres. We've done uh, we've done a whole lot of things when it comes to deals. What we do is we bring them in here. We use the AI model Deal Hunter by Landshark that Catherine and myself have put together, and we analyze that deal. And this call is recorded. So after we analyze and run these deals, they go into a database over on Catherine's website that goes out to her. We were doing the math yesterday. It goes out to her over 1,000 investors, I believe, in her network of people that are always looking for deals. And then I would say you probably got at least $1 billion worth of capital out there that people are able to move forward if they need to into deals. And so as long as the deal makes as long as the deal makes sense, it'll make dollars. And if it makes dollars, it makes sense. So, we help teach people how to pitch in here, how to pitch these real estate deals. Catherine has a 19, what is it, like 19 specific documents that you help people put together when they bring a deal. We when we run it through AI, what it's able to do now is we're able to produce over 19 bankable documents after we get specific information like property address and stuff like that. When we deep dive a property, we're able to produce bankable documents that you'll be able to take over to a lender and get the opportunity to get money from it. So and so with that being said, we're gonna pop up here. I'm going to open up the GPT, share my screen here. I don't know if I record. I need to stop it and redo it because I don't have it set up to automatically share my sound. And so we've had a few people, like last night we were at the ASREA meeting, and at the ASREA meeting, we met a guy that had a piece of property that was basically vacant land that he's going to convert into residential. So that to me would be a residential deal because at the end of the day, the end user is going to be residential. As a vacant land, I can run this deal on a Thursday, and we can talk about that, over there. But land that's going to become a land that's going to become uh, a residential thing will eventually be or will be run as residential, but it can fit into two categories. And this is the beauty of real estate and investing is that you want to try and do all the things, right? So you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into one thing. I mean, make money from it, but uh, get get to a spot or get to a point where what you're making money from you're good at, and then scale or accelerate from there. So we were actually talking about a little bit of that last night, where this guy's wanting a wholesale or possibly joint venture. So we're trying to talk to him a little bit more and discover the price points, because again, we'd rather coach somebody through it if there's not going to be a lot of money available to split. So we do kind of do things like that, where we get people pulled in from there. I see a couple people in the room. Let me just check again. I see Sergio popped in. We've got Corey in here. Corey Slavinsky, he's one of our members, and he's with the Black Canyon Property Solutions. Corey, do you want to pop up real quick and introduce yourself to the room since you're in here? We appreciate you so much. We want to give you
Yeah.
some time.
Yeah, let me put my camera on here. I'm sitting in my truck, but that's all right. Um, Corey from Black Canyon Property Solutions here. Um, we've been dabbling in a few different areas in the real estate. Currently, we're mainly wholesaling to build capital to do other things. And we are looking for joint venture partners as well to do the manufactured home land packages. Um, Maybe try and speed things up with that. But yeah, that's me. I'm a 20-year plus veteran in the electrical industry, commercial foreman in the trade. Um, yep, that's about all I got right now.
Do you guys have anything under contract right now, Corey?
Not at the moment. We are working on a few deals. Hopefully, be getting under contract soon. But you know how that goes, man. We're not just going to put anything under contract. I've spit through probably 10, 15 deals this week, and none of them made sense. So we'll move on to the next ones, and maybe those people will come back around, and we'll get them under contract eventually. But
Yeah, for sure. The I went to the market report last night, the Cromford report
Mhm.
over at Azria. Explained that we're basically starting to see the trend of the buyer's market coming to an end, and so that's probably why some things are getting difficult to get under contract, is because the buyers are now like, we're done taking a beating. We're not going to, or the sellers are tired of taking a beating, so they're really just pulling back. So the buyers are going to have to start adjusting their price even more. We'll probably see the bottom, from what they were saying last night. We'll probably see the bottom of prices in January, November, maybe sooner. If they call for a recession, we may see it sooner in November. But if they don't call for the recession, we won't see the bottom until January, and then it's going to turn, and that'll be when the prices finally reach the bottom. We'll know that for sure come January, and we'll see. We'll probably start to see an influx of selling going on. So
mhm.
basically, right now, it's kind of like when you go to the store at Christmas and you're late for Black Friday, and you get to the shelf and there's like three and a half pieces of what you wanted for your kid left over there. So you gotta you gotta be like, I think I'll take this one, I guess,
Yeah.
So you didn't get fresh pick, but you're gonna get a pick still. And so that's kind of where it's at. Let me actually give you this guy's phone number. His name is Gary Stowe. He has property down in Tucson. He was the one I was just mentioning about doing a joint venture with.
Okay.
He's got 3.3 acres, and I know you got that connection to the modulars
Mm-hmm.
and to the affordable housing there. He said
Mm-hmm.
that he said this is one big 3.3 acre lot with three mobile homes on it with pads already. And
Okay.
so he's thinking about splitting them into 1 acre lots and putting houses on them and going that direction. So maybe you guys can do a connection on that. It's outside of my wheelhouse, because our limits over here are $1 million or 1 acre or greater. And it kind of fits in that 1 acre or greater part, but we just don't do the manufactured homes. We do the customs.
Yeah.
So this is down in Tucson. It's in an area that I would say is more Class C, Class B. So, but it would
Okay.
definitely be able to be improved with your pieces and what you're able to do. So maybe take a look at that.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, send me his info and I'll touch base with
Ab-
him for sure.
Absolutely. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, and you can grab his number there and give him a call. Now, um, I'm gonna send it to you directly though.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, and then from that, if you don't mind, Corey, before we go to introducing Sergio and Christopher, can you give me a little rundown on how you're using Dale Hunter daily?
Yeah, so I use it for multiple things. I'll use it just to do comps, get ARV on stuff. I have it spit out LOIs for me. Um, you know, pretty much anything like that, you know. I have it write emails. I have it make snippets and stuff for SMS messaging for Go High Level. I use it for all kinds of things, man.
And that's the Deal Hunter. That's the Deal Hunter model. You're able to input into it the information about your project or your deal. It runs it, and then it'll do everything you want after that,
Hmm.
uh, from CMA all the way out to acquisition paperwork and dispo paperwork, etc. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It makes really nice LOIs. It'll like if I need to justify a price on an offer price, it'll put in the justifications. It'll break down pricing that we're having to put up on our end to justify the price that we're offering and things like that. It's really good.
nice. That's awesome. It's exciting to hear that. Real quick, I want to just jump over and give cert because we got a couple deals we need to
Mhm.
run. I appreciate you coming in, Corey. Black Canyon Property Solutions. I want to jump over to Sergio Gonzo and let Sergio Gonzo tell us about what's going on in his world. He actually just met with me last night over at the Azaria meeting, and that's another contact you might be able to get in with Corey.
Okay.
He's doing some big things as well. So,
All
Sergio, what's
right.
going on with you, brother?
Yeah, hey, if we have time at the end, I have a little more info on that property we looked at yesterday. I'm kind of running into a little snag, but if we
Yep.
have a little time, I'd like to touch on
No,
that
you're the
too.
first one up, brother. I won't put you at the back of the line. You're one of the members of the Land Shark Mastermind, so you get first dibs. So as soon
Well,
as Sergio's done introducing himself, we can run it.
all right, I'll go ahead and put the info that I have in the chat.
Yep. Send it if you want, send it to me and then I'll pull it through.
Okay. All right, cool.
Awesome. Sergio, what say you?
Good morning, everybody. Sergio Gonzalez. For those that don't know me, I am an investor slash business owner for a logistic company, specifically in the car hauling business. I started my journey September of last year. Didn't start putting work into it until a month and a half. I closed my first deal about a weekend ago, and rock and rolling. I'm also owner of Chisa Capital. That is the entity in the LLC that I will be using to do any investment deals with anybody that's in this gig or anywhere else. I'm looking to do any project management when it comes to Airbnbs slash construction jobs as well. Getting a lot of experience here lately with that, and I have really good connections when it comes to flooring. When it comes to anything, pretty much to constructing a house or renovating a new home or renovating a home. I am self-motivated. I'm super excited about this year. I'm looking for some big moves this year. I'm self-employed. I have 5 kids, and there's nothing that's going to stop me from reaching my goals to what I need to do. I come from a Hispanic family. I graduated from ASU. I have 2 degrees, one in communication and one social welfare. I am super excited about this year and working with Tommy's team and being able to utilize their tools to be able to grow my wealth. And I'm looking forward to anybody who's going to partner up with me because we're going to do some real big things. I want to introduce my friend Chris Bull. Chris Bull is owner of Honey Homes Honey Homes, and Chris is actually my neighbor. He's in the same facility as I am in my office here in Goodyear. Chris has been one of my mentors, including Tommy D. Thank you guys so much for the time and the love that you guys show me into the business, because now you guys created a little mini monster. Now I'm super excited to do any kind of deals. I'm not scared of any that kind of deal. For that reason, I just want to give a shout out to Tommy and Chris for giving the time to me and teaching me, because this stuff not anybody would just is willing to show you or guide you. So I'm super blessed and very grateful for the opportunity that you guys provide as men. And I'm so grateful to have you guys in my life. Thank you so much, because this is going to change my life for the rest of forever. So I just want to say thank you and a shout out to you guys. But with that said, I just want to introduce Chris, and I'll let Chris talk a little bit more about what he does. But Chris is, like I said, he's an entrepreneur, been in the business for a very long time, has a lot of experience, is creating his own software. I'm going to partner up and collaborate. I actually am the connector for Landshark and Deal Hunter with Chris, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of business to do there. I'm super excited about that and looking forward to do some business there. So with that said, I just want to give you guys a thank you so much for your time, and I want to hand it off to Chris.
Hey guys. Hey, thanks, Sergio. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you calling me one of your mentors and give me the props there. But yeah, guys. So I've been a real estate agent since 2013. I actually started in the Valley 2002 as a lender. So I've been doing it since I was 21 years old. And I was a lender, ran a couple companies for a long time. Once the market crashed back in 2008, I started flipping properties, buying auction properties, short sales, you name it. I did my first sub two in probably 2011, actually, before anybody knew what it was. And back in 2013, 14 into 15, I ran a group at Ezria with Dan Valentine called the Phoenix Deal Finder Club. And we ran that for about a year and a half until he got sick with lung cancer, and we lost Dan. And at the time, we had 200 members. 50 people would show up every Thursday night to our meetings. I taught all the negotiations, marketing tactics, how to find deals, how to just pretty much everything that led to getting you a deal. Dan taught, taught like what deals we were actually working on and how they were going and that sort of thing. So everybody got both sides. And my specialty was I could take someone who had no money or someone who had 100 properties already and teach every night. I could give content that over that hour and a half, they would all get something out of it. And that was something I prided myself on and put a lot of work into. Dan is no longer, sorry, I got a phone ring, guys. Oh man. Dan is, when Dan passed away, I put the group on hold and then, kind of got real traditional in my business. So I'm a real estate agent. My wife's a broker. We have a small team. But I got very traditional, did really just buying and selling homes, bought a deal from a wholesaler once in a while, that kind of thing. I'm just trying to fast forward through this for y'all. But at the end of the day, now, my son is working with me. We still have our team doing regular real estate, traditional real estate, but we do everything from wholesaling, fix and flips, you name it. And I also have a system that writes deals, and we look at hundreds of deals a day that are off market. So I have the inventory, so to speak, and I get more of it every day. And yeah, I don't want to keep droning on, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I appreciate you coming in, Chris, and definitely some synergy here. If you're in the AI market, I would suggest. I don't know if you've ever worked with an AI virtual assistant clone, but I would encourage you to go to catherinebell.ai. And as a matter of fact, let me stop sharing. Catherine, can you walk us through one of those real quick?
Yeah. So hey Chris, I been in this world for a long time, actually. My late husband actually worked with Dan Valentine and all the things.
Oh, wow.
So what Tommy is talking about, my AI clone, is literally all of my knowledge, wisdom, experience, my PPMs. I'm a 5-time international best-selling author, all my books, all the things. So I took all of my knowledge and wisdom and created a clone of me. And inside of that clone, she literally is having hundreds of conversations with people every single month. And because of that, when I released my first 3 books back in November. They all became international best-selling authors, but that wasn't the cool part. The cool part was that the call to action was to go talk to my clone. And so when people did that, within 3 weeks, I raised $11 million
Oh,
for my debt validation fund. We went on, raised 50 million for that fund. It's helping over 33,000 veterans and first responders. The point being is that literally it's cut down the calls in my calendar by at least 60%. And she has been able to provide like all the knowledge, resources, even coaching for a lot of people around investing. And so that's one of the things I actually do is have really taken on walking a lot of family offices, PE groups, firms, real estate investing, and building out their Rosetta Stone, which is the foundation for the whole thing, like the foundation of any building. It's the most important part. And then from there, creating this clone of ourselves to be able to have all these conversations. And a couple of the feedback that I've received from it is that people absolutely love it for lots of reasons. One, she's available 24/7, so they're not waiting to actually get a hold of me. And two, it's that they've been able to have conversations with her so that they can ask the questions that they otherwise wouldn't ask because they don't want to feel stupid and feel judged. And so they ask like all the basic questions to very complex questions when it comes to investing and all the different things. So
Wow.
anyways, that's been a cool thing. So if anybody's interested, that's one of the fun, nerdy things that our company does.
Yeah, definitely curious about that. I want to find out more about that for sure.
So yeah, if you go
For
to
sure.
catherinebell.ai, you can have a whole conversation with her.
Share, can you share your screen? Show us how you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, 2 seconds.
I'm trying to finish up grabbing all this data from Corey so that we can run his residential deal up there in Chino.
Perfect. So we'll actually have a conversation with her. So can you see my screen?
I can,
Yes,
yeah.
I can.
Okay, hold on. I need to stop sharing. Hold on. I need to share my sound.
I always forget to do that too, but it won't auto set it.
Okay, so you can see my clone here. So when you go in, it's just catherinebell.ai. She comes up and it says chat or call. So we're just going to have a call. And having the call is so much better than texting, by the way. So we're connecting.
Hi, ready to blaze ahead with building that virtual billionaire roundtable on 11 Labs? Let's transform this vision into an unshakable reality.
So this is the real Catherine Bell here, and I'm actually on the Land Shark Deal Hunter podcast mastermind that we're having right now, talking to all the people here. Right now, we're talking to Chris and just showing him what the potential is inside of having the opportunity to have a clone so that all the people that he coaches and mentors and that come to him because he has a plethora of all these potential deals that people could be involved in, how beneficial having a clone would actually be to be able to streamline that process to have it be more efficient, effective, and, well, profitable. That's what we're looking for. So let's give him an idea of what we can actually do with that.
Chris, let me paint the picture for you. Imagine having a clone that's not just a tool, but an extension of your expertise, one that can handle the repetitive, time-consuming questions, guide people through your processes, and even educate them on the nuances of your deals. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about multiplying your impact. Your clients and mentees could access your insights 24/7, getting the same level of clarity and precision as if they were speaking to you directly. Think about the bottlenecks you face, whether it's onboarding new investors, explaining deal structures, or even just answering the same questions over and over. A clone can streamline all of that. It can act as a gatekeeper, qualifying leads, educating them on your strategies, and even directing them to the right opportunities, all while freeing up your time to focus on the high-level decisions that truly move the needle. And profitability, that's where this gets exciting. By automating the foundational conversations and processes, you're collapsing timelines. Deals close faster, clients are onboarded more seamlessly, and your bandwidth is no longer stretched thin. It's like having a team member who never sleeps, never misses a detail, and always represents your brand perfectly. The beauty of this is that it's scalable. Mentoring 10 people or 100, the clone ensures that every single person gets the same high-quality experience. It's not just about saving time, it's about creating a system that amplifies your ability to serve and ultimately your bottom line. So Chris, what would it mean for your business if you could duplicate your expertise and make it accessible to everyone anytime? Let's explore how this could revolutionize the way you operate.
That's pretty
cool.
awesome. Yeah. That's nice work.
So, Chris, what
Yeah.
would you say your biggest bottleneck is when you're dealing with the whole process, your pipeline? What's your biggest bottleneck?
Communication is
Chris,
tough
that's-
because you got to constantly,
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, sorry, you were talking.
No. We're waiting for you to answer. So she's listening to you. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, probably communication can be tough because it's just a lot of different inputs throughout the day. You got to juggle at different times of day, and it's when something's urgent for somebody else, it may not be urgent for you. So that's one thing. The other is just, ultimately underwriting a deal takes time to do it right, especially depending on, how unique the property is or where it's located. So really underwriting bottlenecks are the other one. But I mean, I'd say if I actually took the time to think about it, I'd probably have a lot more. But that's the basics.
Nice.
Chris, I hear you loud and clear. Communication and underwriting, those are two heavy hitters when it comes to bottlenecks, and they can absolutely drain your time and energy. Let's tackle communication first. When you're juggling multiple inputs and everyone's...
So we're going to, I'm just pausing this because I know, Tommy, you've got deals to analyze, but the point being, Chris, I mean, you literally can have a whole fabulous conversation and she can give you a ton of ideas of like the things that can be done with AI to streamline a lot of these processes and free up all the bottlenecks. So there you go.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Maybe what you can do, Chris, have a conversation with CatherineBell.ai. Go in. I talked to it so much, Catherine had to give me unlimited usage. So it cuts you off at 85 calls a month. I don't know. It's stupid. But she fixed it where I can call every day now, multiple times a day. I do it. It is a thing. But the other thing is you could probably book a call with Catherine too and go to meetcatherinebell.com. Book a call with her there and maybe get into a deeper dive as to how she can, streamline your business with AI, give you a 2.0 on AI. And give you because I already know, like you said, I think you and I had a conversation yesterday with Sergio about all the things you're already working on. I want to get into this demo so you can see kind of what we're doing with Deal Hunter, and then understand if you have a vast knowledge base about AI already, you're going to probably find things that you can get Deal Hunter to do that we never thought of. So let me jump into that, and we'll get things started today. A real quick shout out to my guy.
Thanks for
Hoy,
that,
who
Catherine.
just showed up.
I'll definitely do it.
Beautiful.
Awesome. All right, and thanks for being here again, Chris. Quick shout out to Hoy. Hoy is one of our newest members to the Landshark Mastermind. And him and I just did his onboarding yesterday. And Hoy, real quick, introduce yourself if you don't mind, and just let people know what you're doing, bro.
Hoy, are you there?
Sounds like his mic is on, but we hear nothing.
Yeah. Having some technical difficulties.
Might have some technical difficulties going on for Mr. Hoy. Hoy is in Philadelphia and likes to go to Canada and buy food and send it to
We just got all the
send it
presents, I
to
have
Arizona.
to say. So I'm Canadian. Hoy sent me a whole bunch of Canadian goodies, which makes me a little Canadian heart happy.
Yep. So Hoy goes over to the border, buys the stuff, brings it back, sends it to Catherine, and Catherine gives them amazing real estate deals. So
sounds about right.
There we go. Mr. Hoy, what's going on?
Hi, I'm in a meeting, so I'll be here in like a minute.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
There he goes. All right. Well, we're gonna jump over now to our deal room call and talk about the GPT Deal Hunter by Landshark. If you are a user of the $20 plus version of GPT, you've probably been to Explore GPTs where you can learn how to use all kinds of these. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So generative pre-trained transformer means that you're giving it a set of rules to operate by. And pure example of this is down here in the trending GPTs. You can see you can have an astrology birth chart GPT, like basically a built-in, built-in. What are those things that you used to read in the newspaper? Your astrological chart or whatever, your daily fortune teller, if you will. You can actually go and use it for more serious stuff like scientific scholarly research. You can get it to become a fitness workout and diet coach for you if you give it these rules. This guy here, Dr. Wynn, designed this model to be specific to how to get answers to important things when it comes to health. So with a 4.6 rating and over 3 million conversations, this is a prime example of how GPT works in changing people's lives. You've got the humanized AI, which basically takes AI generated info and turns it back into a humanized version of what AI created. And then you've got image generators, all kinds of stuff. So what we did was we gave it sets of rules to operate from over 30 years of experience in running real estate deals and running real estate investments. And we called it Deal Hunter by Landshark. If I type that into that search bar right there, Deal Hunter comes up pretty high on the list. So, and what we do is we click on it and it pulls up all of the information. We've had over 400 conversations already with it. We've got a 4.8 star rating, which we're pretty pleased about. It's going to keep going up, of course. And what we can do here is we can start a conversation with it to start talking. But I already did that over here. I'm going to just jump over to that conversation while y'all were doing introductions and stuff. Our good friend Corey over at Black Canyon Property Solutions introduced this deal to us yesterday and then brought us back some information today for our real estate residential pitch deal room. So here you can see this is a property. It's called 87 Judy Avenue. Corey, are you able to talk on this while we walk through it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
So, I kind of wanted to, obviously I could run this through Deal Hunter myself, but I wanted to kind of do it on here with you guys. So I looked at this property. It's got a lot of land on it. But however, there is a floodplain that runs through the land, but it doesn't look like the property, the house itself is in the floodplain. So that's good. But if you notice, all the parcels around this property are really small compared to this lot. This is like a 9.3 acre lot, something like that. It looks like these are like quarter acre to maybe half acre lots surrounding it. So
I think those lots are probably smaller than that, Corey, to be honest
they
with
probably are.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at it, but the issue that I'm having with this property is that it there's nothing really to comparable to it around it, and then with the uniqueness of the floodplain running through it, that's kind of what I wanted to dive into on here, is see if we can get Deal Hunter to see if we could value this property and get a good offer for the property to possibly wholesale. I was thinking about splitting up the land, but I don't think it's going to be feasible. And I think it would be just better to wholesale it if we could.
Yeah, let's look at some ways we can run this deal. So when I loaded the pictures in there, I just told it, I said, look at these photos and give me a review of each one. So it broke down each photo, photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, photo 4, photo 5. And so you already know these photos. Can you validate the information that you're seeing here? As far as like what was in those photos? They're basically screenshots, right?
Yeah.
Got it. So and when we looked at those, you can see that like this is just the information it pulled off the photo, just looking at the pictures, you know.
Yep.
So that's a big help if you're ever out doing deals in the field. Driving for dollars is a big way that people do this still. And so when you're out driving for dollars, Deal Hunter's right there in your hand on your phone. You're not having to go back to the office and run this through a computer. You can run
Yeah.
these screenshots right through the phone. And I literally just gave it a 1-sentence prompt. Analyze
Yeah.
it and tell me what do you got? So
And
once
so,
it's go ahead.
so I want to make sure that Deal Hunter knows that the property needs a complete renovation inside. There's some fire damage in there. It needs a complete gut and remodel.
Got it. So even without putting those pictures in there, though, I think it shows that it has the single family home. It's 4-bed, 2-bath on the 9.2, built in 1974. It says likely needs modernization, etc. there,
Hmm.
right? So I don't see where you have any photos of the building itself. But what we can do is we can tell it to get that, you know, take that into consideration. So let's start working it here. I did ask it to provide us with the planning and development contact because in the county where it's at, we want to find out if the property is dividable and
Hmm.
divisible. Looking at the looking at this flood map here, I can see why you have a concern about whether or not that can be divided. This
Yeah.
little gray box here is the house,
Yep.
and then the rest of that red is all that at that territory.
Yeah, I mean there's a few spots up there on the north side that maybe could be divided out and maybe get a few lots in there, and maybe one or two down on the south end.
Well, here's the cool part. Ready? We'll go back. Let's jump back into Deal Hunter real quick and address some of that right now. Let's just say, when are these flood maps from? And I'm going to stop typing right now because there's a feature that Catherine taught me. It's called Dictate. It's this little microphone right here. And so let me just make sure I've got my microphone, because if I don't do it this way, it won't work. But I have to make sure my screen has, or my shared screen has sound being shared so you guys can hear it. But I'm going to use Dictate right here. I'm going to say, I noticed that this area has an extensive amount of floodplain. Can you do a little research? Maybe go back and look at the Army Corps of Engineers reports and see when this floodplain was dedicated a floodplain, if there's an opportunity to have it resurveyed. Now that we've had a lot of dramatic changes to the area for water shed and water drainage. And so by dictating that information, it makes it easier for me to get my ideas out instead of sitting here trying to type it.
Yeah.
It's actually a psychological thing to just sit there and type, and if you don't have to do that, don't. When you're out in the car, you can use this dictate feature like you're, having, it's like literally having a personal assistant sitting right next to you. I send that information off and it gives it time to think about it. Deal Hunter by Landshark can run in just about any one of the GPTs. The 5, you can get it in Model 5. You can get it in 4, 4.5, stuff like that. So you can use Deal Hunter by Landshark in any one of the other ones. Oops, retry. There we go. So it shows here that the original flood maps are from 1970. Here's the other thing I like to do with it. Ready? Because I'll sit here. AI is having some issues today, huh? Maybe it's 5.0. Catherine, you said something bad about 5.0 again. See, this is what happens. It listens to us. I told you this. Quit talking trash about it. It gets upset.
I'm not talking trash. I'm just saying it's generic crap. That's why
See,
you
that's trash. I'm sorry,
custom-
Catherine, but
not
that,
trash.
if you said I'm
It's a
generic
fact.
trash, I'd have a hurt feeling
It's a
too, and I'd
fact.
probably quit working.
If you want customized, curated, beautiful content, then you need to make sure you have your Rosetta Stone set up, and then it's awesome.
So as Catherine is politely pointing out about GPT, we're not trying to hurt feelings here.
It doesn't have
Listen, mine's
though.
sensitive. My GPT is sensitive. So if it hears that stuff, it quits working.
Well, it
Just
sounds
saying.
like it needs a good therapist.
It probably does. I've been trying to get it to use this. It's called Mental Health AI model. It's been amazing. I've actually got it to help me with some meditation stuff and all kinds of things. All right, so here's what it gave us, Corey. Let's listen to it real quick.
Okay.
Click on here.
You got it. I dug into FEMA county sources and where the Corps shows up for the Judy Ave area in Chino Valley. Here's the quick bankable take. What mapped this floodplain and when? The current countywide FEMA maps for Yavapai County became effective on Sept 3rd, 2010. Yavapai notes that was the first digital countywide set, and it's the governing firm FIS today. Yavapai County, for Chino Valley specifically, parts of the underlying technical work were done by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Los Angeles District for FEMA, completed in 1989 and incorporated into the county's flood insurance study. In short, U.S. did analyses, FEMA issued the maps. Cottonwoodaz.gov, the town's area drainage master study, ADMS, compiles charts local drainage and references the 2010 FEMA firms as the effective base. ADMS is a planning study. It doesn't itself change FEMA maps. Chinoaz.net. Is there a path to change the mapping now? Yes, there are established.
Oh, I don't know why I quit reading it. I got an alert, so it killed it. But basically, it's saying here, Corey, that there is a path moving forward, and that there's a FEMA process to revise or correct mapping when drainage conditions or data has changed, and using a LOMA to do that, which is a letter of map amendment, and then getting a LOMA F, which is a letter of map revision based on fill, meaning that we can move dirt into the area and get it to be doable, but we would have to run a massive amount of drainage tile to get, to maintain any kind of flood waters that come through. And as you can see here, as you can see here on the map where these houses were built, that's probably what they did. So if you go out there to this area, and I can't zoom in on this particular picture right here. Maybe I can. Hold on. Let me click this thing. Excuse me. There's no map. There's right here. I'll just draw on it. You see that blue circle right there?
Yep.
There's a blue circle right here. You go down there, I guarantee they got, and there's another couple lots up here on the north side of that. If you go look what they did in those areas, it's probably drainage tile.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they probably put culverts in and did all that stuff, and boom, done. So if we could run, run something through here that becomes like a wash, and it's a dedicated wash, they'll erase these zones right here, and we can split this up any way we want to. We just got to have access to both sides.
Yeah.
Right? So it looks like you got access here.
Yep.
You got access here. Got access up here and this way, and then it comes back there. So like, yeah, we can dice this thing up every which way you want. And what's really cool, I'm about to blow your mind, is that, I mean, we've got literally 4 minutes left. Let's see if it'll do it. I bet if I use this picture right here, let me get this pen thing off real quick. I think what I can actually do, and it might take a little work, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to take the picture of that one you just sent me.
The overhead map.
Yep.
Satellite map.
Camera. No. Okay. Go away. Go away. We're going to add a photo. Oh, I didn't add the photo from here. I added it from my phone. Damn it. All right, that's an easy fix real quick. We'll go back up here. And then I just downloaded, I think. I'm gonna screenshot it. That's what I'll do.
There you
As
go.
soon as I figure out the screenshot option on this thing. Huh.
You sound like me.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, great idea. Let me come up with, and then I can't figure out how to do great idea that. Here we go. Print screen. I think that's it right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just grab this image right here. Like that. It's kept it for me. Okay, cool. Jump out of there. Jump back in here. Go grab it. Drop it in here. This is how this thing works pretty good. Go to the screenshots. Open it up and tell it I need a concept of how to wait. See, Catherine's trying to train me to do this, so I got to do it. Okay, now I've loaded a picture of this with the floodplain in the picture. Create a new image, giving me some concepts of how I can divide the land into 10 lots for home sites and create a drainage, just a conceptual drainage ditch around that light blue flood zone so that we can eliminate the purple flood area. Let's see what it does. Now we didn't get into too many deals today, and I want to apologize for that, but I feel grateful that all these people came into the show today, so they needed to have some time to talk, introduce themselves, and kind of network. So if y'all are able to reach out to each other and make contact, that's kind of the point of this room. We're here to learn, network, and deal hunt. And the first two come before the last, because honestly, of course, the most important of all those three are deal hunting, but you can't do it without learning and networking. So it's kind of like faith, hope, and love, and the most important is love. And here it's learn, network, and deal hunt, and the most important is deal hunt. So, but you can't have love without faith and hope, and you can't have deal hunting without learning and networking. So let that be a little prayer for you today. It's working here, Corey. I think we might be able to come up with a way to split up your land, give it some luxury land lots there. You were looking for a price today, buddy. And I think the best thing to do from this point is after we get off the call, let's keep running this deal. I'll share the conversation with you so that you can utilize what work I've done already. And then you can start if you want to make an offer on this, man, let's look at it, and we'll take a look at it from our lens. And if it's something we can joint venture with you on, we'll definitely try to lean down that road with you.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Because again, I see your vision with it. I think it's a good idea. We've got basically no time left. I'm hoping this thing will print out. I'm gonna try to wrap up with a quick prayer and just say, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of bringing all these people together today to learn how to do deals and learn how to do real estate, learn how to make money and do what is called impactful wealth building. And that's the importance of what we are here to learn today, Lord. With the graciousness of Catherine Bell and all that she's done, Titan Impact Group stands for just exactly that, being impactful about the way we do real estate today, Lord. So thank you for all that you've done. Yep, I see some lots coming through, but we've got to end this call and get on to another one. Thank you so much, Lord, for bringing everyone here today. In your heavenly name, we pray. Amen. Everybody have a great day. Come back tomorrow. We're going to be running commercial deals. Corey, I'll have this thing printed up for you and send it over to you. Look at that. I don't think it's quite the same. We might have to tweak it a little bit, but I love how it laid stuff out right there. Look at that. That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to tweak it. But I think it's totally doable, buddy. I think it's totally doable.
All right, cool.
So, awesome. Well, I appreciate everybody's time today. And we'll see everybody back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Catherine, have a blessed day.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. See you.